Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Mr. Cat, second game of the day. Clutch Gamers versus TNC Pro Team. Trent Backs here, joined by Annie.
Hi.
Hello, hello. We
I'm
move in.
traumatized.
You are. Why is that?
I'm wearing glasses right now, and I had a smudge on them, so I thought I'd wipe it down with the paper towel on my desk. That was pretty clean.
Right.
Forgot that I squished a spider earlier this morning, so I just exfoliated my lenses with spider guts. Not great.
Oh. Okay. Well,
really
fair
not
enough.
Great.
Good start to the day, I would say.
It's like 5 a.m. and I'm already ready for bed.
All right. Well, game number 2 here, folks. If you guys missed the first game, Clutch Gamers did take it in a victory here over TNC Pro Team. And we'll now see where we want to go. So we're going to end up with the, I believe, same situation. Or no, they handle over it. Well, actually, I'm just going to quickly check because that's kind of important. So game 1, it was first pick.
I mean, there's a ban on the Shadow Demon, so it's not going to be exactly the same.
No, that is true. But in terms of, so it was Ray, and it was second pick for TNC. That's right. So last time it was first pick for CG, and these teams both preferring the second pick. That is what they choose overall in our decision making. So we'll have the dire side hand over to Clutch as they go 2-3, and we'll have our Vengeful Spirit already up here for TNC.
Venge is nice, but it does allow for Clutch to snap up the Slardar, and clearly they are accomplished with that. Boombax playing a phenomenal Slardar in game number 1. This time they get the Keeper of the Light to work with. That's such a mindfuck combo. The Coddle's gonna mana leak you, and it's like, oh yeah, run away, I dare you, and then you just get completely chased down by Clutch's damage. And worried for TNC, although I know they're a very accomplished team. They can probably bring it back from what looked like a grim series. They pick up the Weaver for themselves, a hero that does require a fair amount of stable farm to actually get online.
He's so good too, though, with the Venge.
Oh, he's so good.
That Weaver. One of the funner heroes to play right now, I would say. And again, not too shocking, ban the Drow. We don't want to have that early push that TNC have been doing well with earlier, and I would say maybe a little surprising, even with first pick overall. TNC don't want to go the Lone Druid, so I guess that shows how much the hero has fallen, just suggesting that they're more comfortable, it seems, taking it in like a 2-3 scenario or something like that. They don't want to just commit to it early. People have started to figure him out, and he's not quite as absolutely destructive, every single game or anything like that. One thing that we both loved, I would say, from Clutch Gamers, the RML Ember Spirit. Already starting to look kind of good this game. He's not the best against Weaver in some ways, but he's really nice with Keeper of the Light. He can be very mobile around the map. He already loves to have his Boots of Travel. He loves to have his Remnants, but now he can be absolutely everywhere during these engagements. And even just having that Chakra Magic on top of him, too, and reducing his cooldowns can be sick. I guess that goes for pretty much any hero, though.
I'm agreeing with you, sorry, I was yawning.
It's okay.
Definitely
you were allowed
could use
to.
a little more of the awake thing going on, but either way, TNC moving into their next ban. I mean, I think the ceremonial Meepo ban is just a staple of Mr. Cat. I think all the SEA teams pretty much have a accomplished Meepo player, so got to be very wary of that. Either way, it's a Kunkka ban. We don't see too many of those.
Yeah, good against the Weaver. That general control synergizes okay with a Coddle. Kind of funny. Not the most common thing, but finally, the Magnus. Where has this guy been all day? I mean, one game goes by, I don't see a Magnus ban, I get sad. So, very happy to see this happening here. I think the hero's super strong, can be offlane, can be mid, and offers up a little bit of control here for this Weaver. And honestly, he can just combo up with anybody. Do whatever the hell he wants. So, see what TNC want to do. I would say this is a little scary for TNC because of how they like their little group up action, like their underlords and stuff like that. And Magnus can be very scary when you're all bunched together.
Reserve time.
Yeah, we've definitely seen some beyond Clutch Magnus plays. Clutch was not intended to be a pun there, but very, very good Magnus plays in the last couple of days, especially with elimination mode. But I'd say for sure this hero is back in the meta. TNC, they go with a Tusk. That's a very interesting pick, as most teams don't go with the Tusk.
Yeah, this is actually sick. Oh, I just got really scared and thought I was muted that whole time. No, I'm good. Whew, close one.
All right. Just make sure you check your overlays, bro. You don't want to leave everyone in draft for 45 minutes.
Hey, well, that was a beautiful overlay, okay? It was
If
not
it
a
was
game-killing
actually
overlay.
Jail, I would have just left.
Oh, I would never do such a thing.
No, you wouldn't. You're good.
Jail's at least noticeable. Yeah, no, I'm super hyped up. I love Tusk. Very excited to watch this hero. And I can only assume this will be Tim's playing him. Tim's plays a great Earth Spirit. Things didn't go too well on the Chen last game, but he loves to be active. You know, he's around the map. He's killing things. He plays that insane bounty hunter that we had. So we'll see if he can do a little bit better on the Tusk in this game. And now we have Troll plus Magnus, a terrifying combo, and makes support Slider even better, honestly.
Yeah, this is frightening for TNC. Right now, a huge amount of their burden is placed on the Weaver. The Weaver needs to get damaged. The Weaver needs to get items and get online as quickly as possible. Timbersaw's going to help that out a little bit. Little zoning potential coming out from him, but I think Troll Warlord should have a pretty easy time in lane, especially if he's laned with the Coddle. Slardar, we saw him just completely give no fucks last game, and I mean, this Magnus is going to be fun. Are we seeing this off lane or 4 or mid or what? 'Cause Slardar and Magnus occupy a similar role.
Yeah, I think it should just be the offlane Magnus. It's all too good, honestly. Can do very well there and just farm up some jungle camps when you need to. So should be fine. I think this is a game where you can probably get away with Timbersaw on the offlane. I mean, you run into some trouble if the Slider just camps there the entire time, but that could open up some space for like a more greedy mid here. However, they do have to reveal who that will be now. And TNC, maybe they're just going to opt to have the like someone a little bit versatile, so they could have the Timbersaw mid potentially as well. But what's the game plan here for Clutch if we look at it? They have great team fight focused around an RP and then into Coddle Blast, comboed up with a Slider. So a lot of this like AoE control into some single target damage from a Troll Warlord. But thanks to Empower, it can be some AoE damage. And honestly, they have so many elements that they're not even like missing anything right now. When you like start to go towards that ban, right? You maybe like a ranged spellcaster would be the biggest thing they're missing if they just want to vary their magic or their damage base.
Yeah, reliable stun could be nice too, but we'll have to see. I'm really worried for TNC in the fact that if Weaver's going to be one of their main damage dealers, Troll just comes online before him. So
yeah, it feels like they could
tight.
go Ember. They could they'll ban him.
They can't.
Oh, now they can't. That would have been nice with the Empower for some to sync. But even Queen again isn't bad, honestly. And they even have the benefit of seeing who TNC will have mid.
Definitely make Queen work. Would it be ultra ridiculous to have a Storm Spirit
For TNC?
for Clutch?
Oh, for Clutch. I mean, once we see the last hero, we can be certain, but not necessarily. I think the hero is pretty...
I mean, he's dead.
I think he's just worse than, like... I would rather just have Queen with this lineup, or I'd rather just have Puck or something like that. I don't think Storm
nice.
adds anything. Other than, like, he is pretty good with Troll, but... and he is pretty good with, like, the mana battery. Keep it light. I mean, if you want to pick Storm, then go ahead. You know, if he's a Storm player, that's fine. Yeah, this is the predicted pick, I would say, in terms of TNC's draft as well. Just like Tinker Band out, slightly greedy mid, Sunstrikes to work with the Tusk ganks and stuff around the map too. And he can also be a good combo breaker up against these lineups, like with the RP and whatnot.
10 seconds remaining.
If Clutch are going to pull out anything super crazy, but I think, like you mentioned, Quap would be a really stable pick. They've got the physical damage from Troll Warlord. They can get the magic damage rolling in from Quap. She's mobile. But I think then they really would lack some stuns, maybe keep her the light, forced into an Atos, or someone has to pick up a Diffusal or something just to get some slow so they can actually chase everyone down.
Nice.
It
This
will be
is
the
definitely
Puck
the
that we
hero.
talked about.
Yeah, this is my personal favorite. I just know some teams aren't quite as nice with it, but I love Puck with Magnus. I love Puck with Tidehunter. Just see so many teams have such great success, and just think about how disgusting their wombo combo is right here. Like, it's not even that hard. If 2 or 3 heroes get RP'd, Puck is just gonna destroy them. Like,
yeah, I can see the Dream Coil, and then Magnus skewers everyone out. They're all stunned. They go in for an RP, and like, whoops, that's a rampage.
yeah, it's there's massive wombo combo right now for Clutch gamers. I think TNC's draft is much harder to see how things are going to work together. It's not nearly as straightforward. It relies more on a bunch of pieces coming together to become just like a sum of parts. So we have this like good aggression coming in from a 4 roll, which Tusk is a little bit better at than a Slardar. So you can like give them an edge there. And then in terms of the position 5s. Although Caudle is better for like this mid and like later parts of the game, early on he's not quite as effective as Avenge. You've got this a little bit better going on with like the stun and stuff like that. So almost in like most of the roles, like Weaver is a more traditional position 1 right now, definitely more meta, can be very survivable, and can pump out a ton of damage. It's like when you match up the heroes, you kind of think I'd rather have all the ones on TNC, but when I actually accumulate them all together, I just look at Clutch Gamers and I'm just like, how do you lose this game? I feel like their draft is so strong.
Can I derail us a quick second?
Yes,
Go
always.
into cinematic and look at Invoker. He has got some fucking fingernails.
Oh yeah, it hasn't been crashing lately. Let's hope it doesn't do it again. Nice.
He's got talons, dude. That's gross.
Oh, that's quite the set. I mean, it is kind of like an emo Invoker, like with the hair and stuff.
I like that kind of hair. It's all swoopy.
It's emo-y. That's why his fingers are all like that. You know, he had a bad time at school or something.
So emos have like 4-inch fingernails.
Oh, he's got that weird hand twitch going. Nice,
Oof.
nice.
There we go. All right, smoke up from Clutch Gaming, rotating down. Nothing too crazy. I like this ward here from Boomback's. Just gonna get some good vision on the lane.
Oh yeah, nicely done here. Let's see. Pops courier. That's the ultra fast, eh? When you even bring the courier with you because you're just buying and TPing so quickly.
That is the cutest courier.
I think it's even his stuff's back on the base. Jeez, rough life. But he's got his, all that matters. You have the windlace, right? You move fast. You don't need tangos or clarities. They're just a waste right now. But TNC are smoking up, looking to get aggressive here. Let's see if they can find anyone.
A level 1 first blood would be quite lovely, and they're going to be taking their time with it.
30 seconds.
Got the magic missile to start things off. Tim's picks up the snowball too, so they've got pretty decent initiation. Very nice sentry here, making sure to observe. It's going to be blocking out this camp, and Boombex, he's waiting.
Troll's
Fletcher
just
now,
dancing
very,
over
very
here, man.
patient. I mean, why wouldn't he? Got something to dance about.
I feel like we are getting a little bit of, yeah, we were getting some screen tearing. Guess we know why V-Sync was on, guys. So, looks a little better now. No one's going to die. They'll steal the rune. They're not even going to try and contest it. Wisely so from the Dire. As Fly Solo being down here just saying, hey guys, there's no one here. So maybe be careful up there.
Yeah, he's able to go and snap the rune up for himself, so it's a 2 for 2. Rune's going pretty even. I mean, Caudle getting that rune, a little bit of early gold for himself is going to be nice, and Fly Solo can help Amel mid so much. I mean, Armel is going to have a fun time on this puck. Invoker can definitely go in with some last hits. Oh, the courier snipe!
Radiant's courier
Yeah, very nicely done.
Woo!
The puck dream scenario right there. All right, that's like game winning right there. So I'm super looking forward to watch Armel play this hero. He's been playing so well in many of our games, and this will just be another one to add to the repertoire of what we've seen from him.
Up lane is going to get pretty active. You've got Tusk, who's just chilling back, waiting for something to snowball onto. Boombeck's going in, finding some neutral farm for himself, but overall Troll is not going to be too pressured. I think he should be able to farm just fine. He's got his range ready to go if he needs it, so keeping up with the harass.
Yeah, pretty decent dual aggro right now. Coming from this like Venge and Tusk, just kind of like walking themselves in here while Weaver farms. Level 2 be the big moment for Tim, so we can actually get the Ice Shards combo with the Snowball. But for now, even just the initiation of like Snowball into the Magic Missile is kind of scary. You know, while Rappy and Sam H are just doing battle under the tower, but...
Oh, Tim's actually could be in some trouble. Goes ahead and gets crushed, but they're going to bring Raven forward, and it's going to be some decent damage. They spray out the bugs onto Boombex. Boombex might actually be the one in trouble. They've got the Snowball to commit. They bring the Vengeful Spirit inside. And that's going to be your first blood. Ryor snaps it up using that Magic Missile.
Yep, still level 1 on the Slider, so no escape there once the crush is shown. And 2 minutes in. Invoker will head back mid. Not gonna. Thought he might sneak away for a bounty rune there, but just can't afford to miss too much. Gets back in time for the last hit. Cuckoo God, easy game. No, RML just again having a lovely time here. 12 last hits to the 2 of Cuckoo. Make that 3. Things turn up a little bit here, but kind of expected. 57 damage against the double null opener. That's what we'll often see our pucks do.
Down bottom, Sam H. I mean, he's playing a dangerous game right here. He's actually going to take another shockwave and may have to just fully back off. He's got 1 tango left to his name. really challenging this Magnus. Up top, we've got a snowball initiation coming in onto Fly Solo. They've got that Ice Shards combo you talked about, but Tim's is getting so low. Troll, he's picked his target, needs one more hit. Fairy Fire gobbled up. The Keeper of the Light goes down. Troll Warlord looking to make this an even fight at least. Hits the bash. One more axe would have done it. The Whirling Axes finally secure him the kill. Now Abing is still dealing with this bug chewing on him. There's going to be a TP in from the Keeper of the Light. Troll is able to back off self up. Meanwhile, mid, we're not going to stop the action. Cuckoo on the Invoker is going to be hiding in the trees. There's going to be that cold snap coming in onto the Slardar. He got too ambitious at too early of a level. Amel spraying out more damage onto Cuckoo, but not going to be able to stop sort of regen and reinitiation.
Yeah, that's a really important rotation for the Tusk too, just to make sure this Invoker's time doesn't get any worse. And also important, of course, that our Troll was able to survive up top, but Puck is just absolutely crushing this mid lane. I mean, this is kind of what you expect. Just, you can't, the problem is you can't itemize against this as Invoker. It's so frustrating because you need to get into your Midas. So you can't really afford to just dump your money into these stat items. But as Puck, it's totally fine. I mean, you'll just build into a Veil, either first, or sometimes you can just go double null still into the Blink Dagger.
Oh. Mel, oh, look at that!
Yeah.
The snowball going back and forth. He's able to juke with the Illusory Orb, and this Puck is having some fun in lane. Down bottom, we are going to have our Magnus getting a little bit angry, just trying to kick around Sam H. He's about half health. Doesn't have any more health regen, though. Has to play this one pretty carefully.
Yeah, 2 points in the reactive armor, so he'll be fine once he hits 5. And all Wrap you'll have will be the bottle to work with. Raven, one of the better parts about Weaver is he can be left alone in situations like this, so they're just trying to make sure they can get some decent amount of armor out there. Timbersaw. And Raven will just be his slippery self up here. Caudle, not the best early control, even with the earlier points in the mana leak. You can't do that much, so he still just goes for the 102. And he'll just try and keep spamming his level 1 as much as possible with the second point in the chakra. Oh, again, Armel just consistently landing these orbs onto Cuckoo.
Gotta be so frustrating. He's just playing the phase shift really nicely as well. We can see dodging out the one hit from little 4G there, but I mean, it's gonna be harder and harder to lock down the Puck as the game goes on. Our two heroes, Tims and Raya, are going to be smoked up. They're wrapping up top. Smoke could be cancelled by the Troll Warlord. They're really figuring out if they want to go mid, if they want to initiate top. Looks like they're just going to crawl their way back around the Roche pit, finally head up into this jungle. See if they want to start things off with a snowball, but they're
They need to be really careful here because Puck's 6, and this is where Pucks love people diving under towers. Like 3 heroes diving in a tower right now. Oh, he just Dream Coiled mid though and killed Invoker. So there you go.
Yeah,
we'll watch
killed
this.
the Invoker. The Bug's going to be able to kill Fly Solo, who goes down. They may sacrifice Tims here. One more hit gives Abeng another kill, but it's still looking all right for TNC. That was a worthwhile trade, at least up top. Mid lane, the Puck getting a solo kill. Well, that was just straight benefit for Clutch.
Yep, and kind of waiting on that as well for Armel, but either he used the Invis rune to get the kill, or he just was able to Dream Coil, but he was holding on to it for a while there, so they just further ahead there. Look at the net worth. Yeah, he's like 1,000 gold ahead of this Invoker.
Oh, Raven. Gonna get crushed up. They've got a dire sentry ward here, unfortunately. Not able to lock him down in time. They're chasing him through the trees. Raven, oh god, he throws the bugs. Unfortunately, may still end up eating it, but no. Vengeful Spirit's gonna turn this around. Boomvex goes down. It's Raven on a killing spree. Bing now running for his life. Well played there by TNC. Not phased by this dire sentry ward. And this Weaver can juke for his goddamn life.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. It was kind of fortunate because he did it right the moment he came outside their sentry vision. So it was like he went back in, but they just thought he was still running down. Not that he really could have known exactly where the sentry was. It was just kind of hilarious. So maybe a little bit lucky there for Raven. But playing it to the best of his possible ability. And in mid lane, doesn't matter because you're a Puck. Even when Tusk shows up. Just like, yep, later. Oh,
doesn't actually make it down to the low ground, but not going to get punished for that nonetheless.
Does he get a chakra? Come on, give him a chakra. Give me some cooldown action. Caudle. All right, this is Fly Solo, please. You gotta give him that love tap when you come by. He just really likes a Bing, I guess. I'm just saving it for him. That's true. I heard he's a ladies' man. I mean, we were told in game one. We were warned.
Ladies' man.
So.
Shout out to Bing, man.
Yeah.
And Tims, you know, for that matter. They're both getting it. All right. Raven up top. Gonna be trying to juke around. Bing just investing a lot of resources to harassing him down. This Weaver's getting a lot out of lane, though. Looks like he's trying to wait up for his power treads. Well, he built the first component of Dragonlance. Doesn't look like he's going back in all the way for it. Interesting that Weaver doesn't have a Blightstone. Usually you see that as a casual starting item. Just get that negative armor, makes you hit that much harder on heroes, but I guess Raven feels confident in this damage.
Yeah, and maybe just opting right into the treads here with that Band of Elvinskin. I see he has the rest of the components queued up there, so either that or he'll just go straight into a Dragonlance. We'll have to see how much farm he can manage to get. More poverty mode. Weaver. Oh, actually, he's farming very well compared to the troll. Actually, it's kind of crazy. I guess the 3 kills kind of helping, but
here we've got Tim's on the Tusk just trying to beat up a Magnus. RP's committed now. This Tusk is going to learn his lesson the hard way. He goes into the snowball, but it's easily going to be taken out. Sunstrike not going to connect. Frozen Sigil just dancing around. Meanwhile, back up top, there's going to be a time lapse from the Weaver. Bing getting down a little bit low, taking some bugs, and they've got Ryor here on the back lines. They throw out the Wave of Terror. They've got the Magic Missile as well. TP coming in from the Tusk. This should be a kill onto the Troll. Illuminate clips onto Ryor. Doesn't do that much damage. Tusk being able to throw out the Ice Shards. A couple more hits means that is a dead Troll Warlord. Very well played from TNC, starting to amass a pretty large lead moving forward in terms of net worth.
yeah, it feels like this Sentry has just betrayed them twice now. Armel will show up here too onto Tim's. And could cancel the snowball. Oh, no, Armel's having none of this.
Yeah, Armel is ready to just drop the hammer, and there we go. That is a dead Tusk. The Courier was able to slip by. That Courier spent a lot of time deep in the fight, but was not picked off by Puck. Puck going for bigger targets. And looking all right now. Sam H pretty deep in this bottom lane, wanting to initiate onto the Magnus, but has to watch his own health here.
Yeah, a little bit risky, but he's got 9, 10, 12. Oh, look at this stacking up here.
That's fair. All right, 20 reactive armor.
Yeah, great stuff. 37.3 HP regen. That doesn't even look real, eh? It's like, look at his HP bar. You think he's salving or something.
He's got 34 armor right now. Like, you can't touch him.
And, all right, finally time to put the focus on him, it seems. Is that they pressure the mid lane. Puck's been missing a while. Samich might know this is coming. He's just going to commit, though. But Dream Coil's back up. Armel getting very active.
Well, here we go. Sam H plucked down. Up top, there is going to be a deep snowball here. Fly solo, not going to get caught by it, so Dire. They get what they wanted there. Slowing down that Timbersaw just a little bit, as he has had a lot of space to himself.
They got to connect on one of these snowball ganks, and they need to get these Sunstrikes rolling in so they can actually farm up onto our Invoker. Troll is dodging this lane. He's just gone to the jungle. It's good in one sense because it gives all the space to the Keeper of the Light, and Fly Solo can just spam it out, and he's trying to hold the tower as long as possible. Like, they barely have any damage on it because of this, and they know that they want to snowball, stun, and Sunstrike this Troll Warlord over and over. And now Bing will come back in, seeing Tim's low.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a TP up by the Keeper of the Light. He was able to run around. This Kotl has been so active. Ryor takes one more axe. It's very, very close. You've got Boombeck squiggling on through. Try not to body block his friends. Ryor makes it into these woods, but he's going to get cornered in. There we go. There's the crush. There's the kill. And Slardar, that's his first one of the game, and it's going to be a nice thing to start things off. And Armel, meanwhile, pushing in towards the mid lane. Has that Dream Coil up in 2 seconds. He wants to reinitiate. Raven's waiting in the trees, trying to find his time to strike, but I don't know if the Weaver is going to be able to make this one out. Going out. There we go. Wave of Terror initiation. They've got the snowball coming in as well. Bing trying to run for his life, but he's spinning away. The snowball doesn't connect, and Tim's is getting low. They pop the Troll ulti for this. There will be a Sunstrike getting Bing so gosh darn low. Raven's able to find the dominating streak off the back of that. Ryor makes it back to his tower. Boombeck slowed down by the Frozen Sigil. Raven, he wants to go in for more. Boombeck goes in. They crush him up, but really going to be enough. Boombex gets low. The Illuminate doing a lot of work onto Raven. Raven's still up. He wants to go in. He wants to make this a complete wipe, and he's moving forward. The Weaver may lose his life here, able to time-lapse off, get back. That's a triple kill for Raven. And suddenly top lane is so TNC favored that I don't think anyone from Dire is going to step back in there.
Yeah, very nicely done. Way more gold on this Weaver. He's actually starting to catch up this Puck. Meanwhile, down bottom, there was a good kill by the Timber, too. He did manage to bring down the Magnus, but the rotation from ML after able to take him down as well. So that still helps the Timber a lot. You can see he's now 200 gold ahead of the Magnus. And after the Puck, we got Radiant, and well, Troll's now slipped his way in there. But Fly Solo's back up here despite the loss of that battle, trying to spam this out. And they're going to dive him again.
I mean, Ryor's there. He's got the Wave of Terror. There's going to be a full TP in from Boombex, who's immediately going to get missiled. Armel comes in. He's got the Dream Coil ready to go, and they're going to be able to burst down the Vengeful Spirit. Tusk goes into the defensive snowball gank, and, well, they might find the kill onto Fly Solo. In fact, he immediately goes down, but now it's Tim's left to his own devices. You've got that Corrosive Haze on him as well, so they're going to keep eyes on him. Puck picks up a double kill, and they're still not done. Might be looking for more here. Raven waiting in the trees. Meanwhile, down bottom, Sam H going in deep. Yeah, he's got 20 reactive armor stacks, but they've got a puck, and they're able to burst him down extremely quickly with magical damage.
Yeah, they are really just giving every opportunity you could ever dream of as a puck this game. This is everything you ever wanted and more, where it's just all these fights near towers. And it's the best possible thing that can happen when you play this hero. You just want to TP in, orb onto people, blink onto people. He has his Veil, he has his blink already, so the next logical item, it's the Dagon. There's no reason not to go for it. It's not really a Yule's game. Doesn't need it yet at the very least, as he's still well ahead in terms of levels. Level 13, and then 12 is on like a Timber and the Magnus, and then 2 levels above his Invoker opponent in the mid, who does have a Midas now to work with as well. See if he goes straight for the Aghanim Scepter or feels pressured to go into something else to actually join these fights.
Smoke up from the Dire crew, trying to figure out where to wrap around. It looks like they're not going to be making the perfect call, the most efficient call. Go onto the Radiant side of the map. They scan to try to figure out if anyone on the Radiant is in their jungle, but they're not going to find that. Now here they go, wrapping around up to their own bounty rune spot. This is where their smoke is going to break, and this is where the Venge is just going to eat it. Ice shards come in, but Armel easily able to dodge that out. Coming forward, Ryor goes in, throws the missile out, but it's inevitably just a dead Vengeful Spirit. Clutch still definitely showing some signs of life. This Troll Warlord is having a somewhat difficult time scaling up, at least initially, but I think the puck is definitely picking up the slack.
Yeah, I would say so. Only Avenge on a big smoke rotation though, so probably pretty even in the end here as Raven will again make himself known. They have a sentry, so maybe have to be a little bit cautious, knowing the puck's still in the neighborhood. And there will be a swap to save him if required, but he'll be fine. So we will just get the bots first from Cuckoo, and he'll start working into the Aghanim Scepter after that. So he'll be trying to dodge out these puck fights and hope that the aggression will be forced onto other people around the map. And with this Blink Dagger up already onto the Magnus, they'll probably start to look to get aggressive with him as he works in towards a Shadow Blade, which is very good against a Invoker who wants to be split pushing. So Clutch Gamers are setting themselves up for a very nice 5 to 10 minutes coming up here. And we'll see if TNC can kind of weather that storm.
Yeah, Troll Warlord getting pretty close to that Yasha. I mean, I think he's going into a Sanj and Yasha. It's such a good item on Troll, but the fact that it doesn't have Sanj queued up is a little bit peculiar. Armel going to be moving forward. Coddle's going to go ahead and recall Magnus, so it looks like Clutch are ready to make a move for this top tower.
Yeah, still really down bottom. TNC are setting up here, and they should be happy to trade a tier 2 for a tier 1 for your TNCs, so things like, alright, well, it's already down, so now this gets a little bit scarier.
Yeah, Clutch have their TPs, and it looks like they're going to be going in. Blink forward there, aggressive play from our puck. Able to get the silence off onto Raven, but there just isn't enough manpower to defend this tier 2, so either Clutch all have to get their bodies into this fight, or Armel has to let it go.
Yeah, he did clear out the wave, though, so they don't do that much damage yet from Raven. Only the Lance and Treads. And looks like back they will go. Alright, smoke up here. Yep. So, still waiting for our big RP. We had the solo one, I think, onto the Tusk, and then maybe there was another one onto the Timber we might have missed during all their solo duelings and stuff. But other than that,
scan.
no big plays. Oh, yeah,
Radiant
that's nice.
see this coming.
And Sam H will just hide himself down here. Do they have a scan?
He's chilling.
No.
He's good. Wrap around towards the mid lane. They sure would like to find themselves a pick here. Smoke's gonna pop, and this is gonna be easy pickings right now. Oh gosh. Tusk is gonna go with a snowball, but he is only bringing himself further into some unfriendly territory. That's gonna be a kill going the way of the Keeper of the Light, and they're gonna bring in the rest of the team, the Radiant. They're not gonna let this one go down completely scot-free. Armel blinks forward, wants to get himself to the Illusory Orb, is able to do so, blinking in. The Dire currently are okay. Unfortunately, oh no. fuck? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a lag spike or something, because
wrong.
he should have easily been able to jaunt away.
Yeah, I think he's in big trouble once that bug hits, though.
Yeah.
Very obnoxious for a puck. Couldn't quite drop it there. But yeah, huge play by TNC. All happening essentially just because they scared out that whole smoke. I mean, I'm sure Tusk probably knew there was a good chance he was going to run into heroes, but I felt like I can delay it long enough for you guys to join in and we can catch them all. So he was okay with going down to start that fight. And who got the kills? Oh, I went on to Cuckoo. That's massive.
Yeah, that is huge. That's about 650 gold to the Invoker, and he's already doing really well. He needs 1,000 gold for a full Aghanim Scepter after his booth of travels at 17 minutes in.
Yeah, it's kind of insane how impactful those kill streaks can be. Like, the difference between that going on him or Avenge is just... it's unbelievable when you're trying to build into something like Aghanim Scepter, too. It's like almost an entire component. He just goes right back into some neutrals, the bots up top, right to the shrine. So maybe they're going for a smoke play or something here.
Thinking about it, getting everyone all filled up with mana. Raven making sure he's feeling good. It looks like Weaver's going to be going in for a first item Manta style. Definitely not a build I'm used to, but I guess it's great for getting off that corrosive haze. And oh my goodness, Troll Warlord is just getting wombo combo down. He's running. He's trying to get away, but that Whirling Axe cannot save you from 4 heroes. Nip it on your heels, TNC. They're having some really good rotations. Definitely working as a team more than they were in game number 1.
Yep, very nicely done there. They will still push in the mid lane here as Armel just kind of tanks some damage here. Oh, just out for the wall. Nice.
Trying to phase shift out, has that blink, able to get it off. Very nice, but that will mean tower goes down. I'm surprised that Timbersaw didn't go for the deny there.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit too focused on trying to grab the puck.
Boombeck's going to be swapped back forward. They get the stun. They got the snowball. They don't even need it as Raven snaps up the kill with his right-click damage. And it looks like this is going to be an easy Aegis pickup for TNC. Dire clearly know this is happening. Amel thinking about going in with that Dream Coil. It's a relatively low respawn on the Slardar, but they still got to get the damage dealers into the party.
Yeah, this is just... I do not think the Radiant should try and go for this. There's like almost no benefit for them fighting that Roche Pit up against Keeper of the Light, Puck, Magnus, and even Troll's Whirling Axes. And then on top of that, they have a Slardar with a blink. Like, it's just if he respawns a little bit too quickly.
Magnus trying to give me a little heart attack there. He's double damaged. I just heard the RP noise, but he was able to cancel it in time. He's just having some fun.
Yeah, and even like on the Raven too, just won't have enough damage. Well,
I mean, he's trying. Look at him go. He's double damaged up. Raven able to time lapse though, and Magnus, I mean, he failed his mission. He's gonna go ahead and TP out in shame.
he was close. I don't know. That was way closer than I expected. Maybe if he got that skewer off, it would have been there.
Oh, there we go. Fly Solo's actually gonna be the one caught out here, and he gives his life. Now over here, Puck finally finds a kill. That is a huge streak going to Armel. These mid laners stacking up. Again, about 650 gold going to our Puck.
Okay, well that's fine. That all works out then. So credit to Rappy kicking that all off. the Magnus attempt on the Weaver, right? And maybe getting rid of the time lapse is what ended him there. So good grab by Armel. We'll have to see. Man, he has been slowed down heavily. Did he buy something that's... Oh, okay, yeah, it's on the courier. Finished out his treads. So that's like 1,000 gold right there. And we'll see if he ends up actually finishing out his Dagon recipes. Kind of surprised he didn't go for bots. I'm really worried about his tank ability right now, but not often you see a Puck grab treads at 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's that's difficult. Now scan, or they're not scan, TP in from the purple hero. Looks like scan on the minimap. Fun fact. Anyway, TNC, they're grouping up mid. They'd like to mount a push and Dire on their toes. We haven't heard a whole lot from our Troll Warlord in the last couple of minutes, and that's because he's just been farming his little heart away in the jungle. Has a Blink Dagger for himself. He's working on a BKB. Really surprised he's sitting on just the casual Yasha, though. Hasn't finished out the S and Y. So good for movement speed, and the Mame obviously helping out, keep TNC in place.
Yeah, it looks like he just really needs that BKB, which is fair enough. I can understand up against the opponents he's facing this game. We got our split push action here from Fly Solo. His secret agent at work. Sam H. Still pretty tanky, and he should be okay here.
I like this mobility from Magnus. He's got Shadow Blade, Blink, and Force Staff. Just want to make sure he is everywhere he needs to be in these fights. Usually you pick 2 out of the 3, but going for all 3 Z's is pretty interesting. And Armel going to be brought in as well. So now it's all 5 Dire heroes pushing in this bottom lane. They've got some decent vision with this ward up near the shrine here. About to expire though, so when Radiant actually do end up rotating in, perhaps to defend this, they're not going to be scouted out. And, well, they're smoked, so I think that wasn't going to be the case anyway.
Yeah, certainly the power of the Keeper of the Light here. Just to have all 5 heroes, but similarly the Radiant's coming in.
There we go. Timbersaw makes his way forward. The tower is so low. Just needs a couple more hits. Magnus trying to charge his way away. The Dire Courier is focused down by the Weaver on the back lines. And there's going to be a Walrus Punch knocking the Magnus up into the air. Magnus, he just bringing the fight way far back, allowing for the rest of his team to escape. He gives his life, but it's a noble cause.
That's the Walrus Punch mid-skewer. That was weird. Sent him way gone. It looked like he had an Aghanims or something for a second there on Tim's. I'd like double check. Thought there was a Walrus kick. But now into the pit they shall go. And this is a little bit of a safer snare with Magnus being dead. Although Coil's still up.
Yeah, we've still got Troll, who really hasn't debuted himself onto the map. He's 2 and 3, so definitely having a more difficult laning phase than he's used to, but he's seriously capable of doing some damage right now. Raven, even with Alacrity on him, was just not hitting hard enough to take out that Roche easy enough, and Magnus, coming up in 4 more seconds, he can TP in onto the shrine. And it's too dangerous for TNC to keep pushing now.
Magnus back, smoke time. Or some sort of an invasion, perhaps. And now they're just going to break up. They get a little bit too much pressure in the top lane. To go here, sort of aggression right now. Bloodstone going to be done here for the Radiant. So, in fact, it's them who probably want to get a little bit aggressive here, too. Try and push their advantage, get another kill, and actually secure the Roche this time.
We haven't had a whole lot of big 5-on-5 fights just yet. It's mostly just been pick-offs and having fun, so we'll see if there's going to be a big fight around this Roche pit as Radiant just really want to take this. Not going to let this one go easy, and it looks like they may have scattered Clutch enough to sneak this one out from under their nose. Is that just a Walrus Punch on a bug? Oh no, it was Roche. Okay, we're good.
Punch the hell out of them. And they'll hand that over to Raven. So he's got his own Manta Dragonlance. Very Manta-y day so far today.
It's so good against Slardar.
Yeah, and Troll too. Just needing it against both these heroes.
Like, hey, nice Ferber stacks. Whoops.
Well, now they're grouping. They're killing these creeps.
Now looking for more than creeps right now. Full smoke up from our Dire team. Clutch looking to push that gas pedal down. They're going to go ahead and break their smokes. They know something's going to be going down here. There we go. Blowing up the Tusk. And there's going to be that pop onto the Weaver as well. They're lacking a little bit of vision here. So it might be difficult to actually finish this off. But there we go. RP committed. They really want to keep this going. 12 Warlord's going to be BKB'd up. And now it's getting nasty there. 12 Warlord takes a Sunstrike to the face. Ice Shard's not going to block in the Magnus. Sam H still looking to pull forward, makes the Timber Chain onto the tree. Shrine up, trying to get Magnus some health back. See if they can actually find this kill onto Sam H. He's going to get stunned. The bash from the Troll melee is so good. Now they've got another Timber Chain out. They're going to bring Cuckoo forward. He's going to be speeding along. The rest of the Dire backing off. They are able to disengage in time, but Radiant, they may lose their bench pretty easily, but they can hold the rest of this fight. All their heroes are relatively survivable, and they're able to corral the Dire away from themselves.
Yeah, and that's all while holding the Aegis as well onto Raven, so they can start pushing high ground. And Puck buys a bunch of Dagon recipes. Not going to be able to buy back. Should secure a tier 3, I would say, for TNC, if not more.
Magnus could be in some trouble as well. Slardar, you can see him just panicking. He's fast, he's squiggling around, but just zigzagging. He's not looking for anything in particular. Tornado coming in. There is going to be the EMP as well. Boomback is so low. Looks like Abing is going to be back on the Troll, looking to dish out some damage, but Raven able to just go, and Manta, and now Raven.
Oh, nice.
Going to be sliding on by. Sam H still working on this tower, is able to find it. Nice little
5 seconds till Puck's up. This game's scary.
Raven, I mean, he's content with burning his Aegis right now. He's just sitting there like a sentry turret. Doesn't even care if it goes down. Timbersaw, though, he's in a little bit more trouble, able to get himself down to the low ground. Not able to punish him for being completely out of mana. Fly Solo wasn't able to latch that mana leak. Tornado coming through, connects onto the Coddle. Bing, he's BKB'd. He wants to move forward. Puck's going to get Yuled up, buying more time for the Radiant to disengage. Lose the orb from the Puck, moving forward. They might be able to find a consolation prize of the Tusk, but that's not worth losing your tier 3s and all your shrines, potentially.
Oh, nice blinding light.
Man, Dream Coil, the RP onto the Invoker. That's going to make it worth it. Armel definitely keeping active in this fight. It's a double man crush as the bench moves back in. They are able to get down Ryor. They get some dust onto Sam H, making sure that he's not slipping away. He's got himself 14 Bloodstone charges, so he's got some good mana regen to his name. Bing moves forward. Is going to get pinged back by his team. There's the blink forward and the crush from Boombex, and it looks like they got what they need. Armel showing off that new Dagon, and that is going to be a big streak ended. Lots of gold going the way of the Puck. They managed to make that fight worthwhile on the side of Clutch Gaming.
I feel like that's the first time we've got to see Fly Solo participate in a fight. He just kept getting blown up in these earlier engagements, and we're actually getting to see all these big combinations they can achieve, right? We've been talking about just like these mantas and stuff and like being able to dodge out the blind from the troll, but this time he threw out so many blinds that fight that he was not only causing them to miss attack speed or their attacks, but he was doing the Dream Coil combo, right? You just push them out, you snap it. We've seen Venge Puck plenty of times. Coddle Puck is just as good. And allows them to get those easy kills onto that Invoker. Armel level 19, almost into 20. You can opt in towards that the minus 3 seconds on the Waning Rift, or just the general spell amp. Probably with a Dagon 5, I would guess he'll go for the spell amp.
It's got to be the spell amp. I mean, he's already got the Veil of Discord to amp the magic image, but when all of his damage is now magic, you just got to get as much out of that as you possibly can.
Yeah, it's very handy. On the other hand, it is a Weaver and a Timber Saw too, so I could also understand if you wanted to put more value into the Silence, but I can agree that it seems a little bit too value on the spell amp in a game like this.
Our Magnus, he's going to be pinned down here. He's sitting on 3,000 gold. He's got to be pretty careful. There's a dust popped out, not going to clip onto him, and so the Radiant are just going to be regrouping. The Dire looking to group up in the Radiant jungle. Maybe pressure this bottom lane, at least clear out the neutrals and deny that farm to the Radiant.
I am really surprised they're not opting into a BKB on Raven. Just in a game like this. Like, he's already having so many problems with the blind that if the Aghanim Scepter ever comes out in the Coddle, which I guess it's actually pretty far away. I thought Mayfly Soul was going to be a little bit closer to it. He doesn't have any of the components. So I guess it's not too big of a deal, but you still get off plenty of blinds. I mean, it's only a 16-second cooldown. You're dealing with the Troll blind as well. And then he also has the handle with the Corrosive Haze, too. Like, there's so many things that he needs to debuff and dispel that BKB just seems too valuable. Instead, he's just going to opt for the Scotty and try and kite the Troll Warlord through these engagements instead. So, more of a high-skill item for sure. Just Raven going to have to play at the peak performance here.
It's all about damage, man. We got those little Weaver illusions chunking down the tier 2 top. They're going to get it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Does certainly make his illusions quite a bit better. Alright, well, they wait around, maybe hoping there was some sort of a gank attempt they could try and counterplay into. But CG are just back mid. And we have 8 seconds now left on the Troll BKV. Puck still looking towards that Lincoln Sphere. And definitely a lot of room to grow here on the Dire. BKV almost finished up here for Rappy. But Cuckoo's quite the threat himself over here with his Shiva's Guard, his Blinks.
Our Slardar is feeling real poor. Just looking at his net worth, he is, I mean, pretty much on par with the Tusk, maybe a little bit more, but he's just barely got his Blink Dagger in force, still sitting on those brown boots. He's just been the ward bitch for his team right now.
Yeah, and that's important for them too. Like, he needs to be the one who's purchasing those things, I think. I think Fly Solo's Aghanim Scepter is just way too important in this game. They need to start allocating more farm towards him, or finding that out somehow. Even if that means he needs to be like playing in these tree lines on the side of the map and pushing out waves. Like, I almost feel like he should be the one up here doing this kind of stuff, right? Just Aghanim's so crucial.
That a TNC, Cuckoo Arner on our Invoker, scaling up really nicely. Had a super early Ags, and now he's got Blink and a Shiva's Guard since the last time we checked on him as well, so definitely having some fun here, able to have a good time in these fights, although we have BKBs in the Dire are going to start thwarting his plans.
Sam H quickly pushing up bottom and applying some pressure on these towers.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
A little bit of a stalemate here. Both teams very careful about which engages they want to take. Of course, a lost fight could be detrimental. At this point, lost fight means fully in a Rax. And here we go. Cuckoo revealing to the Troll Warlord, who's just going to screw right off with that Blink Dagger. Does not want to deal with a full health Invoker.
Yeah, it seems at this point we just want to wait. Get up and towards our next round of items. Now, Sam H, although he didn't go for the BKB, I really like what he chose instead. The Lotus Orb. Gonna he can just like sit there and keep lotusing onto his Weaver. So rather than, since Weaver's going for the Scotty instead, he's basically like bailing out his Weaver's attempts to attack for these battles. So kind of funny, whereas he's like the higher net worth than the Weaver, but in the end he's gonna use his own hero to amplify what Weaver can do, and that is a explosion of damage onto our Vengeful Spirit as we watch her get obliterated here. And nice timing too, because yeah, Roche. Well, now we see the timer. It's actually not too nice for them, but it could have been. The Roche was going to be a little bit shorter.
Could have been a quick pick there. Magnus teasing out that RP while Troll goes to work on this tower. Hasn't popped his ult. Still on cooldown. Oh, Sunstrike doing a lot of work onto this Troll Warlord. He's going to get force-staffed back. Illuminate not clipping onto Sam H. He's going to be able to get himself up in the air. Find himself some more time. Sam H. Going to be clearing out mid lane. Puck. Perhaps moving forward up here in the high ground.
Oh, they found Raven.
We've got Magnus going, and he dumps the RP. They're trying to keep this Weaver unlocked.
That snowball blink.
Snowball, and they've got that time lapse as well. They get the stun onto the Weaver, though. They got to be careful about this Lotus Orb. Can't be popping that too much. Weaver trying to move forward. They don't have dust. They're just lacking vision. He's sitting under a sentry, but the sentry's going to get put down. Now Armel getting what he needs to out of this fight, but the rest of his team is starting to crumble. Sam H with a glorious chakram, getting everyone low. Unfortunately, they lose Slardar on the back lines as well. It's now 2v2. The Troll Warlord just scrambling to get out alive. Puck stuck in the chakram still. It's going to be a triple kill for the Invoker. And all of a sudden, TNC have the right to push. Immediately, you see Invoker TP up into this top lane, wanting to just go straight for tier 3s. He doesn't want to screw around at all.
Although the Weaver still went down, that fight doesn't even happen if it wasn't for that save from the Tusk. That was pretty sick. The immediate blink snowball to bail out Weaver from going down, allowing time for the time lapse too. Oh,
it's so good. And you see Bing doing his best to hold this, but Sam H is getting real violent. Still having an abundant amount of charges in this Bloodstone. Bing in some serious trouble. He's completely burned out on mana. His BKB's on cooldown. He's ulting just to make sure he can maybe hit once or twice before his death. Is able to walk home courtesy of Fly Solo, and now he's going back in. We'll get Yulesed up. TNC, they're having some fun with this. Force forward from our Slardar, who wants to find the kill onto Cuckoo, but just a little too far forward.
Again, Lotus Orb doing work.
Fletcher looking in a curious position. The fact that they didn't lose the tier 3 there is pretty big. I mean, they already lost the tier 3 mid, so Shrines are still vulnerable and able to be killed off. Look at the XP. This thing is all over the place.
Not sure what just happened there, but the Dire seemed to know something about Roche. They were pinging the second it spawned. Maybe they had a creep in there, it died right away, but I had just gotten over there. So either way, they're heading in towards Roche. The Radiant definitely know what's up, I think, because Tusk was in there as it was like spawning and stuff, but they're going to poke themselves in there now.
Roche just going for a walk. Stretch those legs.
Raven. Alright, they'll know there's a Dire sentry here if they peek out, but they don't want to reveal themselves that they are smoked.
Got his full Scotty now. He can chew apart the Roche very quickly.
Fly Solo might scout out here. Might even steal it. If he gets lucky.
Man, that would be the dopest steal. Oh, just going to be a little bit too late. Cuckoo picks up the Aegis. Radiant get the credit for that. Now, Armel is going to be very, very angry, looking for something on the top. Bing going to get swapped back down, and he's stunned up as well. They can't afford to lose the Troll here. Fly Solo. He's burning down from the Meteor. Cuckoo is dominating. He's still got the Aegis going for himself. The BKBs from the Dire may not be enough to stop this. Sam H going to get picked apart from his teammates, but it's still looking real good for the Radiant. The Aegis has been popped as Puck was able to focus down Cuckoo for just a little bit, but either way, still a very nice fight.
That was the most ridiculous fight ever. It broke out into like 5 different fights. Just these 1v1s over here. Yeah, it looked like a hockey game. People start squaring off and grabbing people.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my god. All right, well, killing the Aegis huge for them on the side of the Dire. That should help slow down any push. Kind of negates the entire thing. Doesn't really matter that Fly Solo died. He hasn't been farming anyway. He's still just at 100 net worth. And we kind of fall right back in the same scenario we were in before, where we slowly get more and more gold for the side of TNC. And
I love the wage gap going on between Invoker and Venge right now. Venge is like 1/12 of Invoker's net worth.
oh yeah, Riora's just happy with his life, it seems.
Poverty Venge at its finest has those tranquil boots sucking on that magic wand, and that's all she needs.
Dude, Rappy loves faking out these RPs. And
He's been doing it all game. It's real triggering, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just like hearing that RP sound, getting real excited, and then be like, no, it's just Magnus fucking around again.
Well, Sam H will move on forward.
Well, Cuckoo just getting a little bit of solo work in the top lane. So Dire, they're feeling real corralled right now. Puck, definitely a hero that doesn't want to be confined to his base. Beefy's actually able to get up and at him. Puck is sitting on a gem here, has to be very, very careful. Maybe looking to deny this tower. Bing goes at it, not able to find that deny. In fact, it's Raven scoring more and more gold for his team.
Yeah, these illusions just super easy and safe push for a Weaver. Kind of scary to get initiated on, but he doesn't have to worry about it. He just hides away, sends his illusions in instead. And they'll grab a shrine now too. Moving into some of the more standard Weaver items of late. The Maelstrom. And surely eventually to be the Mjolnir as well. And working quite nicely with his Manta Styles. Cuckoo just continues to run the map here. 550 move speed. And zoom. And go push in top and continue the choke out onto CG.
If you're Clutch Gamers right now, what's your best plan? Do you try to sneak into your jungle to farm? Do you try to hold high ground and turtle? Do you smoke and go for ganks?
Yeah, the smoke gank's definitely going to be the play when you have RP, and the only thing is it has to be someone good. You can't like RP someone crappy, or else they're just going to all push when that person respawns, and you don't have
They got
RP.
these mud golems, man.
Yeah.
Fly Solo continuing to move forward, perhaps in a quirky position.
Hey, they
His
found
Glimmer
Cuckoo.
Cape can't last forever. I mean, they found Cuckoo, yes. Amel still has that gem. This Invoker,
This is
he's
huge. That
putting
was
up
easy.
a fight. There we go. Dagging right to the belly.
All right, that's exactly what they need. There's a line from Pink down mid saying, go, push out this. Let me kill them, please, so I get an Magnum Scepter with my Coddle. And so TNC will just kind of dance around, kill a couple waves, but overall, again, the push is stymied. The Dire continue to live on, and they will halt a little bit of the farm that is being handed over to our Invoker here and try and get something going for a couple of their own heroes. Armel looking towards that Octarine Core. Great item on Puck. Super handy with your phase shift, too. If you ever get a Yule Scepter, it can be very nice to be like almost
Armel,
infinitely
his
survivable.
TP's in his backpack. I mean, he can juke, but this is like a little bit much.
Yeah, pretty hard without the level 25, too.
Oh, he walks himself right into the ice shards, punched up and removed from this world, and that's a gem now picked up on the side of the Radiant. Going to be held by Tims here. Meanwhile, the rest of the Dire are able to push in this tier 2. Space is made by their Puck, but that's real expensive.
Yeah. Not thinking there would be so many people.
Oh gosh, they can't even get the tower. The rest of the Dire have to back off. Sam H is still hot on their heels. Bing goes in, pops that BKB. They've got the corrosive haze coming out from the Slardar, trying to get things going. And there is going to be that pull away from the Coddle, able to recall his teammates. But unfortunately, Slardar may pay the ultimate price for his teammate.
Yeah, perhaps a little unfortunate there for Slardar. The recall direction causes the snowball to just like follow him. And so he needs to try and make some sort of play where he just crushes and blinks, but can't find the time thanks to a nice Yules from the Timbersaw there with the urn. Also tagged on top of him from said Tusk. So 2 heroes down. Gonna try and force the buyback from the Puck. Probably won't be able to do it quite in time here as the mid lane is pushed to a decent distance, but all that kicking off from the pick on the Puck. Not quite slippery enough.
Broker's ready to tangle. He's got himself a new Scythe of Vice. He's still got a 10-second BKB and flies solo. Oh, he's caught out in the trees. Sam H goes in with that Yule. Should be able to pull this Coddle away from his teammates. Nice Glimmer Cape buying him some time. The Mana Leak as well, working its magic. Raven able to start chunking down the racks. Raven is still a very difficult target to jump on. Looks like Puck's going to be going in. They get the RP as well. Swap
Nice
back
swap.
onto the Weaver, at least buying some time for his team. Tusk and Venge are down. No more supports for the Radiant. They're chasing down Cuckoo, but Raven, look what work you can do from the back lines, just chewing onto Ah Bing, who's going to make his way back up onto the high ground. Whirling Axes come in, but he's hexed up. Even the Shrine may not be able to save him. Looks like Troll Warlord barely escaping. Everyone else from the Radiant able to get back down onto the low ground. Sam H pulls out a kill onto the Magnus, and Boombacks just trying to get up towards safety. TNC are feeling very dominant right now. They lose their supports, but they're able to force out a buyback from the Puck. They get down the Magnus, and they start some work onto the racks as well.
Yeah, they continue to hold buildings. It does cost them, but overall, still another big win here for TNC. And largely at the back of Poverty Venge. Nothing but Tranquil boots, right? That's it. Tranquils and raindrops. And
Hey,
Rio
don't forget
finds...
that magic stick. He's been holding on to that for a while.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Gotta give the one some credit, I suppose. But it's actually so difficult to find that perfect swap in such a difficult situation. With this, like, there's just two heroes stacked on top of each other and RP'd, and you have to like perfectly click him and not the other guy. And you have no mobility item too. Like Rio has to just like physically walk with level 2 swap to get that done. He can't just like blink in or something. So very impressive stuff.
All right, if you're this Vengeful Spirit right now and your net worth is 2,300 at 43 minutes into the game, what's your wish list? Like, if you're making a Christmas list and Santa's about to deliver the best gifts ever, what do you want?
Probably Force Staff. That's the #1 item. That's all you can really ask for. And you have to get it one piece at a time per year because you're that poor. So
For this year, I wish for a Ring of Health.
yeah, exactly. Just get my my regen going here, please. Thank you. But they continue their Radiant side farm. We have a Bloodthorn from the Troll. Okay, just changes things a little bit. Our Weaver still no defensive items. Pretty big deal. So if they can actually catch him out, blow him up. He also doesn't have buyback.
A very interesting Weaver build here. I mean, this Weaver is building like a sniper.
Yeah, he's getting saved every time by Reor though, so it's working out.
Clutch really confined to their base. Sam H working on bottom, the rest of the team plowing in through the top lane. And I mean, Clutch are going to have to make a decision eventually on which lane of racks they want to defend, because they're about to have 2 lanes that are completely exposed.
Continue to keep pushing it with Coddle. Faisal not figuring he's ever going to get into the Aghanim Scepter, so he went for a more impactful right now Force Staff. Hopefully that works out well for them, but it's always pretty shitty when you're 45 minutes in and you can't even get your Aghanim Scepter on your Coddle. Feel pretty bad. Just changes the hero so much. Just gives these permanent abilities. More important when you're on the aggressive, honestly, I would say. Just so you can always be recalling people and like spreading the map like that. Although the blind is pretty handy for defenses.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Coddle's the poorest. If we look at the breakdown of net worth, the supports in the Dire are actually doing better in terms of net worth than the supports in the Radiant. Most of Radiant's net worth is concentrated on this Timber Saw and the Invoker, so if Dire can get a couple picks on those 2 heroes, this could turn around very quickly.
Yeah, looks like Cuckoo had a BKB to run away up there. Missed out on that one, but it's okay.
Roche going down so quickly.
And they left the cheese, but Rio will grab it. It's a lot of his net worth now. Oh, that's a huge grab.
That is so
That's a Bloodthorn.
huge.
Alright, things are starting to get a little bit scary for the Radiant, honestly. That was kind of brutal. Like, they've had so many pushes now where they haven't quite gotten these buildings, and now with the Aegis hand over to the Weaver instead, they have to do a little bit of a rat play here, which they will successfully do with Raven. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, man, he can't see them, so he doesn't know how close they are, I guess. Actually, he can see Troll, but doesn't know where this Magnus is with his Shadow Blade, so he'll play it safe. And that refresher being there means it's still not safe for the Radiant to be around. He's still got the tier 3, too, so 2 out of 3 down. And 1 to go. They'll finally clean up this tower mid, which has been sitting so weak for a while. Backdoor not even needing to be broken there as the axe connects.
Bing just ready to get in there. I like this choice from Clutch. You know, the minute they get some sort of advantage, the minute they get that really nice pick on Invoker, they're ready to push. They're going to get aggressive, and they're going to make TNC a little bit uncomfortable. They're going to make
Look
them
how far
question
back he is, too.
what they should be doing here. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a swap forward. The Troll, well, he's going to be in some serious trouble. Forstaff back not once but twice. His teammates trying to bail him out here. Now, Armel.
The refresher. Oh, this
Very
is your
hairy situation. There we go. Another RP coming
No!
forward. There's going to be a Dream Coil as well. They lose the Aegis onto their Invoker. Very well played right now for Clutch Gaming. They got to be careful about what losses they take here. At least they're keep where the light, which is still a super worthwhile trade.
Oh,
for
that was
Aegis.
scary. I actually thought I was going to get time lapse off and keep that Aegis there. It's like he's skewered. And you just see the troll running like, no, wait, please. Let me kill him. But I think what Rappy was doing was just making sure there wasn't a swap play there. It's more than likely what happened, but it did look rather hilarious. So well done by them to get the Aegis. Refresher. The fact that it gets used and then like RP was kind of close to coming back, but he felt the pressure to use it there. So maybe a little bit of trouble as they have a full minute now without it.
They're going in. This is backdoor protection they're trying to cut through, and it's slow going. There we go. Skewer in. They're going to get this Timber Saw at least separated from the herd. He's able to Timber Chain back to Troll ult being sprayed out. Armel goes in, dumps out that Dagon, trying to blow apart Sam H before that reactive armor is going to be an issue. But this Troll Warlord has to go Shrine up. He's getting low. Meanwhile, the racks have been taken. Sam H now going to get bullied. There's a swap in from Reor, keeping his teammates safe. Unfortunately, they lose the Venge, the Snowball, to reinitiate another Yule's coming out of this Timber Saw. He's been using that at every opportunity. A Lotus Orb popped on as well to prevent any sort of follow-up spells. The Dire, they're left to clean up the mess of what once was a full lane of racks. I don't think they can find any more picks from this.
Even with the insane jaunt distance there.
Is no one dealing with Cuckoo? Oh, there we go. Oh,
we
the
got him.
crush there. This is a huge pick. If they can actually kill off the Invoker here, and it looks like they are able to do so, that's going to be Invoker's second death in the last 2 minutes or so. He's got buyback, but it's still a long respawn time, and it's expensive.
Oh, Tim says some sort of a DC issue here. Actually gonna restart my own client here. So I'm finding some weird particles and crap this game. Oh, thanks for
It's
this
a
update.
longer one.
Yeah.
You know, once we get past that 70-minute mark, anything goes. Dude, what's the craziest particle effects you've seen on like an ultra long game where stuff's starting to break?
Actually, during Dark Moon, we were getting. It was like all the old school ones were coming back. Like I was playing Darkseer
did
a
you have
lot.
a Darkseer? Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
god!
it.
It was like there was this weird animation in Dark Moon where this like light comes down from the sky, and it was just following my Darkseer like a giant spotlight across the entire map while we were playing. And I had the classic burning flames going and stuff too. It was
That one's fun.
Yeah,
where
it
you
was
just
pretty
start like
great.
shitting fire for no reason as Darkseer. Oh,
good times.
my favorite was just all of a sudden way more bats started spawning on the Dire side of the map.
Oh yeah, that's
Like-
a good one.
Like there would just be like zones on the Dire side where there's like 4,500 bats swarming around. Pretty great. And then of course the beam from the Radiant Ancient just starts moving. And if you look at the Radiant Ancient, it's got that like tunnel of light coming up from it, and that'll just like start walking its way towards the mid lane. I haven't had one of those games in a long while.
Well, they're supposedly fixed.
Yeah. Supposedly.
We had one crazy game so far, Mr. Cat, which you guys should check out, actually. If you didn't watch it, I should find it right now, because I just
Plug
did
it
all the
up.
VODs this morning. It was really good. It was... how long? It was Faceless and someone. Oh, here, I can look at them all now. Excellent. 1 hour and 6 minutes was the Trust and Clutch game. That was a really good one. And then we had... oh, it was TNC and Execration. That's who it was. And it was 1 hour and 5 minutes, including a Darkseer and a Tinker. So you can, you know, destroy your graphics card if you'd like. And tune into that one. But they're all there on the moonducktv channel. There's a Mr. Cat playlist, which I attempt to keep as up to date as possible.
TNC, they're clearly fighters. Looking at overall net worth, it is going to be about 12,000 in favor of TNC. So they've got a little bit more in terms of itemization, in terms of buyback potential, but overall experience is going to be pretty heavily in favor of Clutch. And how that's breaking down in terms of levels, you've got your supports just being a little more leveled on the Dire side. Those level 20 talent trees picked up, or Keeper of the Light opted to go with the +7 armor instead of the magic resist. against the Invoker. That's a bold choice, but I guess you gotta have armor for that physical damage of the Weaver anyway. Our Slardar's taking his time. Hasn't made his level 20 selection yet. There he goes. He's going for the armor as well.
Yeah, makes sense. Not really too many opportunities. Actually, I guess if you were ever going to take it in a game like this, having a Troll Warlord might be the one that tips you over for it, but not going to happen today. And so where were we? We had just picked off our Invoker, if you guys have already forgotten or anything like that. And oh, I'm going to have to rely on you for Roche time, by the way, since I restarted. Do you know how long it is right now?
Long.
Yeah, it's
Still
gonna be a long
very
time, right? It's like
long time. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it right now. That's on you though. You're gonna have to keep us up to date when it becomes relevant.
Oh God. All right. Either way, look at this Troll Warlord hammering down these barracks. Clutch, they find a window for themselves. They pick up that Invoker. Immediately, they're going to try to turn it into push. There's a swap forward from the vent. They're able to get the stun. Oh, golly gee. That Troll Warlord is dead. He's got himself a buyback, but that's looking tough for Dire to salvage this team fight. Boombex is going to be focused down. The Keeper of the Light is hexed up, Yuled up, picked off, and just destroyed. Meanwhile, back near the base, Armel just trying to do some damage control, but these racks are looking flimsy. Just a ranged racks left up in mid and bottom, exposed racks left onto bot. Gonna be TNC. They've got their opportunity to push. They may not hit as hard or as fast as a Troll Warlord, but Raven, he can go to work on this.
That
Still
was
the Desolator on
a
the Weaver, but
oh man, they just annihilate that too.
oh, Raven eats a cheese. He's not feeling too scared from that puck dagon.
That was a
Pulling
weakened
racks
push
now.
right now, and like we'll just back if Invoker buys back, and he buys back and kills 3 of you. Absolutely brutal.
The swap from the Venge to start that off was also a really nice point. They separated the Troll from his team, so they couldn't follow up with like a Magnus skewer into RP. It was just kind of a very scary situation, and very easily 3 heroes from Clutch Gaming were fragmented from the pack. So
Yeah, he didn't even get his BKB off.
2 lanes of racks now collected. It looks like TNC may just try to go in for the final lane of racks. Mega creeps, obviously going to be a nice thing to have moving forward in the game. Puck still trying to dag in this Vengeful Spirit. She takes it right to the back, but she's still fine. Now it looks like there's only half a racks left. Bam H able to get that last pick. Raven, he's playing so carefully, he can't screw up here. The Weaver's gonna get mana leaked. A little bit of trouble there. They've got that Dream Coil rocking. Well, it's gonna snap. They get another Dagon here onto Rior. Sunstrike comes in, not gonna connect onto anyone. Meanwhile,
nice sight.
the Radiant go in. They're able to find the kill onto the Magnus. The racks still exposed, still getting focused down. Sam H eating a lot of damage for his team though. Invoker with a long-range tornado. Another swap back from the Vengeful Spirit. The Dagon though is gonna connect onto the Timbersaw. The racks eventually go down. It does cost them the Timbersaw's life, but that is worth it. Megas for 2 heroes, and that is just all she wrote. The Radiant, they're backing
Oh,
off.
nice
and
save with the tornado. Oh no, Armel.
Puck is stuck. Armel on the cliff. Unfortunate jaunt to the illusory orb, able to blink down now, but that means they have to stop their chase in TNC, and TNC get away with this.
Yep. Just nice objective gaming there. Armel is gonna have an insane building damage stat at the end of this game. I feel like he's done it all every time. Kind of his job and his role in this one, so he's done it to a T. One perhaps like slightly aggressive push from CG. You can understand why they went for it. In a game like this, you feel this pressure. The Invoker's dead. Maybe he doesn't have buyback. Maybe we can just win. Puck was busy pushing out top. Magnus was making his way from bottom, and they just get caught out at like the worst possible moment. So this is their last chance. The Mega
Let's
YOLO.
take this. That could be huge. We see Timbersaw showing off his new little Aghanim Scepter. I mean, I think this is the right play from Clutch. They've got to go for something, or they're just going to slowly lose to that squeeze of the Mega Creeps.
Yeah, it looks like they're not fully committing. They do have the recall available here whenever Fly Solo wants to ult. They can bring the puck in, even though he doesn't have his bots. So looks like they're going to start doing that now and start assembling here. Although they're making their position well known.
PNC, they're fine with this. They're like, all right, you guys take mid. We're real scared. Let's go up top and push with our waves of Mega Creeps. And there's only tier 4s left to defend the Ancient, so I think Clutch are going to come to that point soon where they may just have to TP back, or yeah, they're walking their way back up the mid lane. They can't go for a push here, and that's so devastating because this may just be it for them.
Yep, they have no good wave clear either. Yeah, I mean, they can empower too, but that just means like Magnus can't be in all 3 lanes. Like, only one person's really going to be staying empowered for a significant amount of time. Look, I suppose 2, but if you're empowering that many people, that means you're still this close to your base, and that means you're still losing. So, without Maelstroms or Mjolnirs, it's going to be very difficult. And one of your cores is a puck, too. So, even with all this spell amp, very hard to clear out megas.
Doing a good job of my Roche timer duties. We've got about 50 seconds left.
Perfect.
So that Roche is going to be up. And I think TNC, they wait for that, they snap it up, and nothing can stop them.
Yeah, life looks good. TNC cleaned up in game number 2 here. And they'll have to do their best here from the Dire to try and get some sort of a wombo combo going. There's buybacks on everyone but the Invoker. I guess they know that, but at least everyone important, I should say. Timber caught out, though.
This could be a big kill onto the Timber. They're able to get him down. He's going to be respawned in about a minute. The Bloodstone charge is not going to be helping him out too much there. He's got buyback if necessary. Meanwhile, mid lane, you've got everyone starting to slowly pull in. The Mega Creeps make their way into the base. Clutch have to go deal with that. They can't continue to look for free pickoffs.
Yeah, Fly Solo just like regroups the forces. Like, save our towers, please.
A fully charged Illuminate does not kill Mega Creeps. That is so frustrating.
Oh yeah, it's not even close. It's brutal.
Yeah, just barely dings them. Troll can clear pretty quickly though.
Yeah, not too bad as long as he keeps the power up. And there goes our Aegis. So Cuckoo, no buyback. He's the one who gets the Aegis, as expected. Yeah, we'll check. We'll fully just sort these out here. So Radiant side, still no Invoker buyback. These Sports don't have buyback either. Dire side, no Magnus buyback being the biggest one here. Whereas Troll and Puck do, and likewise supports.
Oh, here we go. Venge moving forward. Long range missile. There's going to be a Glimmer Cape onto the Slardar. You can feel the panic on Clutch. So much just to make sure their Slardar doesn't get initiated upon by a vengeful spirit. One last fight here definitely spells the game for the Dire side.
Yeah, they're at the point now where it's just like not even that much left to gain here. What are Timbersaw's 25 talents? Oh, right, the attribute and the strength, yeah. Not too shocking there. Cuckoo, he's a tornado player. Seems like everyone's kind of into the tornado now. I can definitely agree with that. It's really good against a lineup like this where they need that big RP and stuff, so if you can guarantee you'll have tornado up during that, pretty important. Try and counter initiate. We'll even get our bots now on the puck, so some alternative YOLO methods available other than just the... Oh, that's a nice grab.
It would be a nice grab if they can actually get it. Amel actually moving forward here, gets aggressive, will get hexed up. All his mana is going to be burned up by the EMP. He's punched. Oh god, this fairy dragon is just getting completely just messed up. They lose the puck. That's 117 seconds, no buyback. The Weaver does go down in the back lines. Focused down by the Troll Warlord, but
yeah,
he can buy back and get into the fight pretty easily.
Dove a little bit past there, I suppose, so. But yeah, as I said, buyback plays available for him. And no real reason to rush it here if you're the Radiant side. I believe they won't know necessarily the puck doesn't have buyback, but they might be able to infer from the scythe.
Tim's gonna take a good amount of damage, took that Bloodthorn, and it's just gonna be snowballing up. That's the hard part about getting Tusk down, is he can just turn things around very easily. Hex comes in onto Keeper of the Light. They're gonna still be focusing down Cuckoo.
Oh, nice RP.
Doing well. RP doing very, very well. There's the skewer forward. They break the Aegis. That's going to be gone. Invoker respawning in 2 more seconds. They focus down Sam H in the meantime. It looks like they are able to do so. Dominating streak up from the Troll Warlord. They're looking for more. Cuckoo going to go ahead, have that Lincoln's broken by the Corrosive Haze. Gem is still on the Slardar. They just have to catch up to the Invoker to be able to find him. Meanwhile, they're going to be able to mana leak the Tusk closer to the base. He's just sitting back, relaxing. Skewer in from the Magnus, breaks down some trees. But Tusk is still hiding. They finally find him. They're finally able to get him down. Meanwhile, Invoker is going to be moving forward with the rest of his Mega Creeps, dropping a Sunstrike down. This Tusk is still alive. The Creeps are hitting on the tier 4s. It's just Troll left to clear them up, but the fight still goes on in this top lane. A very, very chaotic, messy fight. The Puck now has his buyback. Respawn up in 20 seconds, though. They want to be very careful with this. The Slardar, though, oh, he gets hit by the meatball, and that burn damage is a ton. Looks like our Slardar is heading out. Crawler's punch up onto the Troll. Warlord is going to get hit by a Sunstrike as well. Troll has to be real careful here. He does have buyback, but
Dyer's Ancient is
still starting to get dangerous. Keeper the Light leading the Mega Creeps away from the Ancient. It's just one collective push from TNC away from ending.
Yeah, even Raven being sneaky with this cheese might be enough to do it. Honestly, there's just too
Slardar,
many.
just buy back. There's no reason not to buy back, sir. There we go. Everyone getting their paws back into this fight.
They have Glyph.
Radiant
They
looking to
YOLO.
end it all here. The Dire looking to make it last a little bit longer, but they've just got too many targets to focus. There's already going to be a Hex up on the Keeper of the Light. Initiation here. They're going to be bursting down the Weaver. That's a huge pick. He does have buyback to get back in it, though. The Ancient still being slapped down. Tim's is getting low. The Slardar goes for the crush. They do find the kill onto the Invoker, but it's not going to be in time. The Creeps able to focus down the structures. Objective Gaming wins again. TNC tie this up for an even series.
Oh, sorry, I'm just admin duties. Yes, very well played, the TNC. They are probably gonna need a little bit of a break as their game has gone long and they play again right away here. So we'll take a look at that, and we will be back for our next series here. That will be TNC up against Trust, but very well played from TNC, looking a lot better than game number 1, and able to successfully close this one on out here. So stick around, folks. We'll be back shortly for our second series.